Welcome to Cavaletta Studios. I'm Chris. This full body yoga workout and stretch is designed for your personal practice to get you moving with a variety of options as you dive into your postures, completing the practice with a gentle stretch before you go about the rest of your day. So let's get started. We will begin in child's pose. Knees apart, feet together, walking those hands forward about shoulder distance apart, and then melting your belly between your thighs, forehead to the mat. Let your forearms rest and just rock your head gently side to side, massaging the forehead. And find your middle. Relax those shoulders. Think about your practice today, challenging your strength and balance and stretching and rejuvenating at the same time. Then walk those hands a little further forward as you bring your head up, looking between your hands, really lengthening through the armpits. And we're going to slowly transition out of our child's pose, coming up, shifting your body weight forward so your shoulders are over your wrist, bringing the knees into about hip alignment, and then hinging your hips forward so you come to a modified plank. So it's a variation that we're going to play around in, spreading out those fingers, pushing into the fingertips and the palms. And then we're going to hinge those hips backwards towards your heels, keeping the knees close together so your belly goes to your thighs. And then we're going to hinge forward again. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck your chin slightly so the crown of the head goes forward. So you lengthen through the neck and then hinge backward again. Exhaling. Then we're going to inhale as we come forward and open the chest a little further. Lengthening through the spine, maybe a small opening of the chest and arching of the back. Exhale, slide backwards again. And then inhale, lift and open, sinking further into a supported upward facing dog, hinging backwards, exhale, and inhale forward, opening up that chest. This time we're going to tuck our toes under as we shift backwards. Hips to heels, melting into it, stretching out the bottoms of the feet, the toes. And then that will make it a little easier as we transition up and out, walking the hands closer, coming to tabletop, spreading out the fingers, and then you can untuck your toes as your knees are under your hips. Lengthen through the neck. Then from here, we're going to take that belly and we're going to pull it into the spine, kind of suck it in there, and then extend your right arm from your shoulders straight to the front of your mat without moving or transitioning too much. Keeping the core tight, we're slowly going to lengthen and straighten the left leg to the back of the mat for extended tabletop. And we're looking down at our left thumb on the floor, pull the shoulders away from the ears. And breathe. And then we're going to pull the elbow and the knee to meet under the belly, a little round, and then exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, in and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale, extend. We have one more. Exhale. Inhale, extend and hold. Maybe look forward over your thumb and then look down at your mat, at your thumb, bringing your right hand to the floor and then your left knee. Find your stability. Very slowly extend your left arm to the front of the mat, pulling that belly in, engaging the core, right leg to the back. So our core engagement is very important for supporting the spine. Hips are level. Now we're going to exhale, pull the knee and the elbow together, warming up the core, building heat in the body. Extend and inhale, looking at our right thumb on the floor, round and exhale, pulling it in, extend, coming in, exhaling and extending. We have one more. And inhale, extend, maybe looking forward over that thumb, and then transition the head to look down at the floor. Bring your left hand to the floor, Right knee to the floor, separate your knees, feet together. Let's slide back into our child's pose. Now we're going to stretch out through the shoulders and the neck. Walk the hands forward, melt your forearms to the mat. Bring the palms together, thumbs are up. Lower your forehead to the mat. And then bring your thumbs towards your neck, maybe walking your elbows forward so you can melt the shoulders a little deeper to the mat. Just feel that nice stretch through the triceps and your back. And then bring the hands back to the floor, reach the fingertips forward. And then we're going to shift up and out of our child's pose, bring the knees into alignment, shift to your modified plank again. On the knees, tuck your toes under, engage the belly, like pull the belly, suck it into the spine, and then lift the knees, coming to a full plank. And shift yourself forward and back on those toes. Finding that core strength. Now you're going to shift your hips upward into a downward facing dog. And then we're going to pedal out your feet, walk your dog. Really shifting through the hips, stretching through the calf muscles and the hamstrings, drawing your chest towards your thigh. And bring your feet about hip distance apart, soften or bend the knees, and then melt into your downward facing dog. Those hands are way out in front of you. See if you can walk your hands a little further, but melt your chest towards your thighs. And then shift to a tall plank. And then shift back to your downward facing dog. And then shift back to your plank, engaging everything. Back to your down dog. Melt your left foot into the floor. Bring your right leg up, three-legged dog. Rotate your right ankle, both directions, and then pull that right knee towards your nose, rounding through the back. And then extend it back up. And then bring that right foot between the hands, and left foot comes to join for forward fold. Hands on the shins, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise as we work our way through Sun Salute A. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, right foot back, low lunge. Left foot back, find your plank. Very slowly take an exhale as you lower chaturanga. Belly to the floor, untuck the toes. Baby cobra first. Lifting up. Exhale down, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Shifting it up. Adjust your feet about hip distance apart. Walk your dog if you need to. Spread out those fingertips. And then slowly lift your left leg up. Press that right foot into the floor. Rotate the ankle. And then change direction. Now you're going to take that left knee to the nose, rounding slightly through the back. Extend it back up, engaging that core. And then the left foot is coming between the hands. And then right foot forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. All the way up, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Bend those knees slightly. Take that left foot back. And then the right, find your plank. Breathing in. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in to the belly. Choice, you can stay in a little baby cobra, or you can press to an upward facing dog here. And then transition to your downward facing dog. And breathe. Three breaths here. Soften the knees. Now you're going to plant your left foot into the floor. Bring your right leg up, three-legged dog. Pull the knee to the nose. Extend back up. Bend that right knee, stack those hips. Open it up. And then level out your hips, straighten your right leg up, three-legged dog. Now we're going to go to Sun Salute B. So you're going to bring your right foot between your hands. Then your left foot, bring your toes together. Inhale to chair. And then exhale, forward fold. And then bring that right leg back, left leg back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg comes up again. Bend the knee. Bring your right foot between the hands and come up to warrior one. Left foot back. And draw those shoulders down and back. Thumbs to the back. Breathing in. And then on your exhale, come all the way back to the floor. Step back to full plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And just breathe here. And then inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee, stack those hips. And then extend it back out. And then bring that left foot between the hands. Come up to warrior one. Drawing those thumbs back, finding that balance. And then exhale, forward fold. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or little baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three breaths here. Spread out those fingers, bend those knees. One more breath. And then you're going to step, hop, or walk both feet to a forward fold. Bring the knees and the feet together. Drop the hips, lift to chair, Utkatasana. Looking up between your fingers, draw those arms back. Hold here, another breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees. And then inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, fold. Step, hop, or walk back to plank. Then chaturanga, lowering down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Separate your feet about hip distance apart. Soften the knees, draw the belly back to the thighs. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. And just breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Remember, 5 long, slow, deep breaths. Melting into your posture. One more. Go up on those toes, back into those heels. Bend or soften the knees, and then step, hop, or walk both feet forward to a forward fold at the front of your mat. Feet about 1 or 2 fist distance apart. You can shake out those legs. You can hold your elbows and swing side to side. And then we're going to have the hands on the shins, lengthen, flat back, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Slight back bend. Exhale, palms to heart space. And then open nice and wide to Tadasana, to mountain. Engage that core. Pull the belly into the spine. So we're going to start with warrior one. So let's take the right leg back. Warrior one, left leg forward, opening things up, pressing into the back outer edge of that right foot. And then we're going to pivot to warrior two. Rotate that right foot back, open even more. Bend into that front left knee and make sure you can see your left big toe. Extend the arms front and back. Sink a little deeper into it, pushing through that back right foot. Straightening out the front leg. Flip your left thumb up and then reach the fingertips forward. Find your triangle. Lowering into it. Open up. Find that inner thigh stretch. Right arms to the sky. And then we're going to reverse our triangle. Slowly come up, windmill it to the back. Hand on the thigh. And then we're going to bend into that front knee, windmill both hands to the floor. Pull that back heel off the floor to a lunge, and then kick it off the floor. Find your balance, and then lift the arms coming to warrior three. Level out that right hip, using that left leg for support. You can either flex or point your right foot. And then hands to the floor. Bring your right foot to the floor so both feet are about hip distance apart again. And just hang out here, let your head fall and hang heavy. You can hold your elbows, grounding into the floor with your feet. And then take a half lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, palms next to the body. Open for Mountain Tadasana. Grounding into the floor, relax the shoulders. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the heat being generated in the body. Good, we're going to take a deep breath in and take the left foot back to warrior one. And make adjustments. Each side is a little different. You're pushing into the outer back edge of that left foot. Bend that right knee, opening up the hips. The hips face the front of the mat, thumbs towards the back. Drawing those arms up and back. And just breathe here. Find your strength in your legs. And then we will open to warrior two. So maybe you rotate a bigger step back. So that left leg is facing the side of the mat, right knee to the front of the mat. Hips are open to the side. Extend the arms to the front and back of the mat. And take a peek down. Look at your right big toe. Make sure you can see it. The knee is not collapsing into the left, but opening to the right. And really feeling that inner thigh stretch. Now we're going to straighten out that right leg. Flip the right thumb up and start to reach forward. Reach, 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 and then bring that back of that hand inside of the thigh or the shin and find your triangle. And breathe through it. Inhale and exhale. Really lengthen, lift that left arm to the sky. Feel that left shoulder pulling back. The arm will follow. And then we're going to reverse our triangle, bringing it up all the way. So that right arm goes to the sky, palm to the back, left hand on the thigh. Take a breath in. And then we're going to windmill it all the way to the floor, bending into that right knee. Peel the back heel off the floor. Use the hands for support as you kick that back leg off, and then level out your hips first. Then bring in that leg strength and extend the arms forward for warrior three. You can flex that left foot or point it. Play around with what feels good to you. Find your focal point, find your breath. And then we're going to bring the hands to the floor. Bend that left knee and bring your left foot back to the floor. Take a breath in and inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend those knees. Step, hop, or walk back to your plank. Nice tall plank. Spread out those fingers. You are welcome always to go on your knees here. And you can shift straight back to downward facing dog if you'd like, or you can do a full chaturanga, lowering down barely above the floor, and then the belly goes to the floor, cobra or up dog, and then downward facing dog. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then we're going to shift back to our plank. And then back to that downward facing dog. Press into those palms. See if you can melt a little deeper. Soften those knees. Look at those knees. And then we're going to go up on those toes. And again, step, hop, or walk. Both feet forward to forward fold. And this time, again, draw those toes together. Thighs touching, toes touching. Big toes are touching. Inhale to chair.
Utkatasana. Sitting into it, finding the balance, rocking off the heels if you would like, lowering those hips more, and then back into the heels, bring the palms to heart space. Relax those shoulders. We're going to twist to the right, bringing the left tricep to the thigh. Press those palms and twist to the right side, trying to stack your shoulders. Now, option is to open the arms, reaching the right arm to the sky, left arm to the floor. Optional. Remember, these are variations. You get to choose where you want to play in your practice. If your arms are open, we're going to bring the palms back together. And then we're going to come back through the center, bringing that chest up slightly, palms at heart space, and breathe. And then we're going to bring the fingertips to the floor, straighten the legs. Little relief there, right? We're going to bend the knees slightly. Take your right foot all the way back to a lunge. Right there. Good. And then maybe lower the knee to the floor and then lift it back up. You can use blocks here if this is challenging. Your arms are on either side of that front knee. So lower and lift that right knee. Really get that hip to stretch out. And then lift the knee off the floor. Now here you're going to pull that back right foot in enough that you can straighten the left leg and place the right heel on the floor for a pyramid. Both feet forward. And again, use blocks here if it's hard to reach the floor. If it's still challenging, you can always just straighten the legs and hold the shin or the upper thigh. You get the choice. And then check in with your right hip. Shift it to the front as your left hip shifts to the back. Maybe draw your nose towards your knee again. Think about relaxing your upper body now and let the weight of your upper body really lengthen through the back left hamstring, stretching it out. Lift those left toes off the floor and then let them relax. On your next inhale, you're going to walk your fingertips forward, peel off the back right heel, soften your left knee, kick your right leg all the way up, coming to a split stance. Lifting it as high as you can. And then you can even have a block again in front of you or your left hand, and you're going to rotate to half moon, lifting your right hip on top of your left and the right arm to the sky, flexing that right foot, and breathe. And if you want, you can look up or you can stay looking at the floor. My balance today is I'm going to stay looking at the floor. One more breath, really lift that leg, and then exhale, hands to the floor, bend the knee, pull those feet all the way together so both toes are touching. Find that stable ground. Bend the knees, lift to Utkatasana, chair pose. Sinking into it. Option, rock forward on those toes, find that balance. Lowering those hips slightly, and then back into the heels, bringing the palms to heart space. Lengthen through the neck and the spine, shoulders are down. We're going to twist to the left this time, bringing the right tricep to the left thigh. Press those palms together and really stack those hips. And not hips, shoulders. Don't stack your hips, stack your shoulders. And then we're going to open up those arms. Stacking the hips, that'll be later. Opening it up. And breathe. Remember, there's lots of variations. Maybe you have your hand behind your back. Maybe you keep your palms together. Smile, enjoy, find a focal point. If this is challenging, find your breath. Using our breath in yoga helps us move through the tapas, which is the challenging moment. Bringing those palms back together. We're going to slowly rotate back through the center and then forward fold, straighten the legs. A little relief there. And then soften the knees again. Take your left foot back. Find your lunge. Hands on the floor. Again, use blocks if needed. And you're going to slowly bring your left knee to the floor and then straighten it out. Down and up. Notice the difference in this hip. Making sure your right knee is not shooting forward over that toe. I notice I'm going a little further, so I can move my right foot forward a bit and just really hinge into it. It's okay if it goes a little bit forward, but not way over the toe. You not want to get your heel off the floor. One more. Then from here, we're going to bring that back left foot a little closer so we can straighten out both legs. Find your pyramid. Both heels on the floor, drawing nose to the knee, and this is where you should be able to relax a little bit. So if you're in a position where you feel very tense and unstable, please make adjustments so you can relax. Maybe it's bringing blocks into the picture. Maybe it's lifting your upper body a little bit more so you're using your thigh or your shin. Maybe it's letting your shoulders completely relax and the weight of your body drift to the floor. Let gravity assist as your nose floats towards your knee. And now also check in with your hips. Rotate that left hip forward, right hip back. You're going to feel a little bit lengthening in that right hamstring. Maybe your calves are tight. Let's lift those right toes off the floor and then let them relax. Notice the change in the hamstring just doing that. Then we're going to slowly peel the back heel off the floor as we walk the hands forward. Lift that left foot off the floor, finding your split stance, drawing the nose to the knee. As we prepare for our half moon, right hand can be on the floor or a block. Start to open it up, lifting the left arm up and flexing. Now we're stacking our hips and our shoulders. Opening things up, flexing through that left hip. This can be very challenging. Feel free to use a wall, a block, a chair, whatever you need. And then on the next breath, take that left hand back to the floor, bend that left knee and bring those feet all the way back together so the toes can touch. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Do you feel your legs? Are they warm? Talking to you, bring your palms down and press them towards the back of your mat, opening up the chest. Slide those shoulders down and back, maybe pulling the shoulder blades together. Tuck the chin slightly so you are having the crown of your head to the front of the mat. Good, turn your palms to face each other, thumbs to the floor, like you're a downhill skier. Rock forward on those toes, find that balance, heels up. Optional again. Heels back on the floor, inhale, rise. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Bend those knees, step, hop, or walk, back to plank. So from here, we're going to get a little bit into core strength. I'm going to give you options. Please feel free to go where you want. We're going to lower the right knee to the floor. You're going to kick it out to the side like a kickstand. Pivot on the inside edge of your left foot and maybe press it, the bottom of the foot to the floor. Right arm is under your right shoulder and then open to a kickstand or a tripod. And breathe. Now option is to lift your left leg off the floor, point that toe. And then bring it back down. Bring your left hand to the floor. Come back to a full plank. Or again, you can stay on your knees. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Shift forward on the toes. Back, push into the balls of the feet. Lower your left knee to the floor. Kick it out to the side. Go into that right foot on the floor. Open it up, other side. Take your time. Lift that right arm. Maybe lift the left leg. Now we're going to repeat these planks on either side. And then come all the way back down. We're going to change it a little. Right hand to the floor. Come back to full plank. Or on your knees. So when we go the second round, you can repeat everything we just did. Or you can just shift onto the outside edge of your right foot. You can stagger or stack your feet and come to a full side plank. And breathe. So a little bit of arm strength here. Belly, glute strength. Lift those hips. Push them forward. And you're breathing at the same time. Maybe you have some shakiness. Maybe you lift your left leg. Option here. And then we're going to lower it. Bring your left hand to the floor. Find your full plank. Rock forward and back on those toes. Let's try your left side. Again, you can lower the knee and use a kickstand, or you drop to your left outside edge of your foot, stack or stagger your feet. Lift the right arm up. Find your full side plank. Left arm under the left shoulder. And really pull those hips up and in. Maybe lift the right leg off the other leg. I'm just giving options. If there's another variation you would like, feel free. Right hand to the floor. Find your plank. And breathe. Now we're going to slowly lower chaturanga. Slowly. Elbows in. Untuck the toes. Baby cobra. And then lift the hands off the floor. And breathe. Hands to the floor. Let's find our child's pose. Knees apart, feet together. Slide it back. Shift the hips gently side to side as you use those palms to push yourself back, and then find your center. Lower your forehead to the floor. Take a breath in as your little mini break to check in with the body, ground into the earth. Ready for some more challenges. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to come all the way up. Shift to your downward facing dog. And breathe. Soften those knees. Bring those feet about hip distance apart. Bend that right knee. Push your left heel into the floor. And we're going to lift the right leg to three-legged dog. And then we're going to bend that right knee. And we're going to stack those hips again. Really open it up. Try to keep the shoulders level. Now, option here is you can flip your dog. Flip it all the way around if you would like. Opening things up. And then flip it back. Coming back to your three-legged dog. And then we'll bring that right foot down. And left leg comes up. Three-legged dog. Bend your left knee and open and stack those hips. Shoulders level. Just feel that lovely stretch. It's just so fabulous for the hips. The whole side of the left side of the torso. Up into the armpit if those shoulders are level. Option to flip your dog. Flip it all the way over if you'd like. And breathe. And then flipping it back to three-legged dog. And then we're going to slowly bring that foot back to the floor. Shift into your downward facing dog. Spread out those fingers. Make sure they're way out in front of you. And then shift to a plank. Now here you have a choice. You can be on your knees because we are going to do a few chaturangas or push-ups, crocodile push-ups. So really fire up those legs, engage the core. Option to do these on your knees. Pull the shoulders away from the ears and pull the elbows to the ribs as you start to melt very, very slowly towards the floor. And then once you get there, push back up to your full or kneeling plank. Let's do 2 more of those. Down slowly. Up slowly. That's the hard part, slowly. 1 more, down slowly. And up. Slowly. Let's take a child's pose and pause and hold. Good. Now from here, we're going to slowly come up. You're going to cross your feet and shift onto your bottom and extend the legs out in front of you. And breathe. So you're right in the middle of your mat. We're going to pull the knees up. Find those sits bones. Now I'm throwing the boat in a little early on you. It's not the end. We're not going to be going back yet. But we're going to pull the toes up, heels on the floor, lengthen through the spine, and start to hinge back until you feel that core engaging. And relax the shoulders, move the head. Get the tension out of the upper body. Sometimes we gotta wiggle to do that. You can stay here with your heels on the floor. You can leave them. You can bring them up and hold on, or you can either release either way. And just find your boat. And then from here, we're gonna press the palms together, bring them to heart space, and let's twist to the right. Pull that elbow towards the floor, but not touch it. And just breathe. Make sure you lift your feet so the shins are level. Embrace the shakiness, one more breath. And then we're gonna twist to the other side and breathe. So we got a little bit of strength. Maybe you got your heart rate up a little. Embrace that shakiness. We work to balance. And then back to center. Now we're getting we got some core, good core in too. Now we're gonna hug the knees, come back through the center. Try to float your boat, hold the feet off the floor, shoulders down. Tuck the chin and lengthen through the back of the neck. Breathing in and breathing out. Now from here, we're gonna cross those feet again, or you can bring them to the side. We're gonna come onto our knees, and you can put a blanket or pillow under your knees if you need to, and we're coming straight up, nice and tall to hero. We're gonna tuck our toes under, and this is where, again, you might wanna block between your feet nice and tall. That's another option as we work our way towards camel. We're gonna bring the palms behind the back, pressing the palms into the low back, fingers facing down, open up that chest, and you're gonna start to push the hips slightly forward as you open through the back. Now, if you have any low back issues or things going on with sciatic nerve pain, then maybe you just stay here. Another option is to reach for your block or even your heels and then open up. So this is more about expanding through those hip flexors. I can't go quite as deep today. I've got some stuff going on still with my glute. And breathe and open it up. Lengthen, one more breath. And then when you're done, you're going to bring your hands back behind your low back to lift yourself up. If you have a block, you're gonna remove it. You're gonna untuck your toes and then sit your hips back onto your heels. And then keep the knees together. Your belly is on the thighs, hands forward. And just a little bit of a gentle round through the back as you press the palms in. So it's not quite a full child's pose. Mostly it's more like a cat stretch. Then we're gonna slowly transition all the way back up. Tuck your toes, knees together. We're gonna interlace the fingers behind the back and open up that chest. Chest expansion for a moment. So just feel how that feels on your chest, shoulders. Now we're gonna release the fingers, bring them about shoulder level. Turn so you can see. Bring your right arm underneath your left. And you're going to do eagle arms. So if you're here and you can hold on, great. If not, you can always hold the shoulders. So you're here, you're in those eagle arms, or here, either one. I'm just gonna draw those arms up and down. So you get a couple variation choices. Go with what feels good to you. Find your center and then twist to the right and to the left. And then back through the center. Slowly unwind the arms or uncross them and then try the other side. Up and down. Again, hands on the shoulders, elbows up and down and stacked, or eagle arms. A couple options for variations for whatever you have going on in your shoulders. And then pause in the middle, shoulder level, and twist left and right. And then we're coming back through the center. We're gonna unwind the arms, press the walls away, turn the palms up, inhale, reach. Exhale, fingertips behind the back, interlace the fingers, and press those palms together. Now here we're going to do a forward fold. Optional, maybe you just go here, maybe you throw a block on the floor to put your forehead down, or you can put your whole head on the floor and lift up. An option, you can untuck your toes if you would like. And then slowly release the fingers, release the hands to the floor, untuck your head, bring it back down. Now from here, you're gonna flip your feet to the side and bring them all the way in front. Straighten them out. And then you're gonna bend your right knee. I want you to take your left foot and tuck it under nice and tight so your heel comes up to your glute, nice and tight, but you're still sitting on both butt cheeks. Then now option one is to bring your right knee into your chest, foot on the floor in front of the shin, or you can bring it to the outside of the shin. So you can get a little deeper stretch. Take your left arm and wrap it nice and tight around that right knee, and then bring your right hand behind and twist. Now I'm going to give you a couple options here. So if you're just starting out, maybe you're here. If you are more flexible in the shoulders and don't have any injuries, you can do a bind. So basically you can also bring the hand over the top, you can tuck it under, you can reach back and hold the fingertips. Actually, I should turn this way so you can see. So if you're here, and then you can reach back and hold the fingertips, and then sit up as tall as you can. Again, this is an option. Maybe you can't reach your fingers and you just use a strap. That's another option. Or you just stay here with the arm up and twist, or you just hold. So again, lots of options there. Holding on to that right knee with the left hand, or just having your left tricep over that right knee with the right hand behind you. And then release. Let's straighten out the legs. So unbind, unwind, shake things out. Where did you go with that? Let's check out the other side. So you're going to bend the left knee. You're going to slide your right foot nice and close to the glute. You're not sitting on it, but it's pretty close. And then you're going to pull the left knee in. Foot can be on the outside of the shin, the right shin, or you can cross it over that right thigh. So the left foot is flat on the floor, on the outside. Take your right arm and let's wrap it around nice and tight of that left knee, and left hand behind you as a kickstand, lift and twist. There's one variation. Another one, you can bring your right hand on the outside edge, or you can do the bind. I'll turn this way so you can see, maybe. And again, one side might be a little tighter than the other. And then you just bind in. And we never want to force it because you don't want to injure your shoulder or cause pain. And as long as you can breathe through all of this as well. So a bind is when the fingers are clasping. Or maybe you're just having that right tricep on the outside, or even reaching to the floor, or holding on to that knee. And then we're going to unbind and unwind. All right, so extend those legs back out to the floor. We're going to pull that right knee in again and let the knee fall open. Take a deep breath in, reach to the sky, and exhale, reach for that left foot. Just have a nice stretch. Now this gets into a little bit of that right low back area, maybe the hamstring, depending on where you're tight. If you can't reach your toes, just hold on to behind the knee, the shin, the ankle, whatever feels good. Trying to bring your nose towards your knee and just let the body weight and gravity assist pushing you down to the floor. Focus on that breath. On your next inhale, we're going to rise all the way up with the arms and then exhale down. Extend that right leg forward, bring the left knee in. Let it fall open. Good. Breathing in and up, lengthen through the spine, and then let the body come forward towards that right toe. Lengthening again. Hold on to where you want. Notice the difference. Maybe it's now in that left hip. Let your nose float towards your knee. And breathe. Focus on the breath. Feel the length of the hamstrings, the calf muscles, wherever you feel tension, letting it go with your exhale. And then on your next inhale, take your time, rise all the way up and exhale the arms out to the side. Good, now you're gonna scoot enough forward on your mat that you can lay all the way onto your back. Feet are flat. You're gonna walk your feet in about hip distance apart. Place your feet flat on the floor. And then we're gonna let our shoulders walk away from the ears, palms up, and then start to lift to a bridge. So we're not using our arms, we're lengthening through the spine, option to reach the arms overhead. And then on your exhale, bring your arms down by your hips as you lower your hips down. And then we're going to take the right ankle, cross it over the left thigh and open up that right knee. And then we're going to thread the hands through and hold either the left thigh or the left shin and pull it into the chest, and then rotate your right ankle. And then slide both legs slightly to your left as you change rotation of that right ankle. So you're getting a good glute, right glute stretch. And then we're going to straighten out that left leg all the way up. Option to reach for your left toe if that's in your practice. You might still be just holding the thigh, that's fine. And then if you're holding the toe or the shin, wherever it is, or the thigh, we're going to release. Let that foot go to the floor. Keeping that right ankle crossed, slide it even tighter so the knee is nice and tight on top of that left thigh. Bring the arms to cactus arms and drop both legs to your right. Keeping the shoulders on the floor and feeling that nice stretch through that left hip and left side of the body. And breathe. And then very slowly bring your head back to neutral, bringing your hips back to center. Uncross that right foot, bring the legs about hip distance apart, reach your fingertips back down by your heels. Now on this one, we're going to take that left ankle and cross it over the right thigh, press the knee open, and then pull that right foot off the floor, reaching your left hand in that little triangle between the legs, holding onto the right thigh or the shin. Pull the knee in tighter. And then start to rotate. So you're holding the right thigh or the right shin. That left leg is bent, a figure four, and you're rotating your left ankle. Slide both legs slightly to your right and then reverse direction on that left ankle. Enjoying that fabulous glute and hip stretch. This is very good for sciatic issues also. Never want to force it. Now from here, if you'd like, you could straighten your right leg to the sky. You can still hold the shin. Maybe you walk your hands up or to the thigh, maybe to the toe, wherever your hands feel comfortable going. Now from here, we're going to let the toe or the leg go, and we're going to bend the knee, lower that right foot to the floor, bring your arms to cactus arms, slide your left knee nice and tight onto that right thigh, and drop both knees to your left. And you can look to the right if you'd like, and just notice the difference in the stretch in that right hip and that right torso area up by the rib cage. And breathe. And on your next exhale, you'll bring your head to neutral, and then you'll slowly bring your knees back to center. Uncross those feet, those legs, place the feet back on the floor. Keeping the arms at cactus arms, let's take a bridge, lengthening through the spine. Breathe in, and then on your next exhale, breathe out and lower. Let's hug the knees into the chest and give them a rock side to side. Now you're going to bring your knees apart and hold them towards your armpits, and then extend your right leg up and out to the side. Now here you can hold the shin or the like the thigh Maybe you can hold your big toe or the outside edge of your foot, or you can use a strap. This is where if it's super challenging, use a strap. And bend the knee, pull that foot in nice and close, place the hand on the right shin, and then try the left side. Extend up and just hold where you feel comfortable. Maybe you're holding here, here, the outside of the left thigh, maybe the outside of the left shin, maybe the outside edge of your left foot. And extend it out to the side. So a little bit of hamstring, a little bit of inner thigh. And then bring that foot back in. Option now to grab your big toes. Bring the bottoms of the feet closer together, knees open. And then extend both legs out to the side, holding your big toes. Or if you come out here and that's just not happening, hold on to the outside edges of your thighs or your knees. Relax your shoulders and then bring those feet all the way together over your head, straight-legged. Now bring the feet, just press. You can let go of your toes, hold behind your thighs if you need to, or have your hands on the floor. Now here's the option to relax those the hips into the floor. Notice what's going on with the legs. Separate your feet and then hug your knees into the chest and give it a rock side to side. Massaging out that low back. Let's find our happy baby. Give it a rock. Maybe you wrap your arms from the inside to the outside, holding the outside edges. Maybe you just hold the big toes. Feel your tailbone pushing to the floor as you rock side to side. Pull those knees towards the armpits and then find your center. Releasing the legs, hug the knees in to the chest. Then we're going to release the feet to the floor. And we're going to take a full body stretch. Let your legs fall open and then walk your shoulders away from your ears and turning your palms up. And if you're comfortable, we're going to close our eyes. And just breathe in nice and deep, long, slow, gentle breath in through your nose and out through your nose. As you do so, feel a calmness washing over your body. Notice where there's any energy tingling through your body. Maybe you feel the energy running along the legs or the arms, maybe up and down the spine. Just embrace that. Feel your body melting into your mat. Just appreciate the silence, if you have silence or maybe music playing in your background. Appreciate your body for all that it's done for you today during your practice, your self-care time. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Let's make it a cleansing breath with an audible exhale. One more of those cleansing breath in through the nose. Make it an audible sighing exhale. And then reach your arms overhead. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana if you'd like, or you can do a full body stretch. And then reach the arms next to the body. And you can bend the knees. And you can hug your knees into your chest, or you can roll to your side. Whatever way feels good to you. You can come and join me in a nice, tall, easy seat position. Whatever leg in front feels good to you. Let's check in with our posture. So align your chin in, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Maybe you feel like you just worked out. Maybe you just feel a little refreshed or relaxed. Palms on your thighs. Pull your elbows into your rib cage. Let's turn the palms up now, keeping the elbows back into the rib cage. Bring your first finger and thumb together. And then close your eyes for a moment. Feel the tailbone connecting to the earth and the spine nice and tall, all the way up through the neck and the crown of the head. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Slowly let it out through the nose. Feel the shoulders and everything calming down and relaxing. Try that one more time. Breathe in through the nose. Feel the belly expanding. Pause at the top. And then slowly exhale through the nose. Belly comes in. Reach your fingertips all the way out to the side. Inhale to the sky with the hands. Look up at the fingertips, option to open and blink the eyes. Exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.